Okay, I'm back again tonight. Second time. Technically the third. Okay. I am gonna start with preheating the oven to 350. I'm making pumpkin bread. It's my favorite. It's not that healthy, so don't think it's gonna be. And I'm actually gonna just angle the camera down so you can see as I put things in the bowl. Okay, first you do the dry ingredients. Well, that's what I'm gonna do. 3.5 cups flour. So there's 1, 2. For once, I actually have all my ingredients out beforehand because I thought this kind of takes a while. 3. And I didn't want to have to be searching around the kitchen. Okay, 3.5. And then 3 cups of sugar. Okay. 1. Ugh. 2. So much sugar. 3. This is not healthy at all, so don't even. Sorry, I'm not actually apologizing at all because it's so good. I don't care if it's healthy. Let's see. Cinnamon, 1 teaspoon. Again, I don't measure these because, you know, I love a lot of cinnamon in mine anyway. That's her, you know, it's like fall. But I will say, once I accidentally dumped, I think it must have been cloves. I dumped like almost the whole bottle of cloves into this recipe on accident once. I don't suggest that. Cloves are pretty pungent, so I always make sure I don't put too much in there. But it says 1/2 teaspoon, I think, for cloves. There we go. And then 1.5 teaspoons of salt. That looks about right. Baking soda. Ooh, what was that? 2 tablespoons, I believe. Here's a little ginger. Ooh, gotta be a little careful about ginger probably too. Okay, that's probably good. I just picked it up. Oh yeah, I think I've said this before, but I buy all my spices in the bulk bins because it takes you a while to go through spices. And spices actually go bad, or they like lose their potency after a while. So it's always smart to okay, that is probably enough baking soda. Anyone who's a baker probably just cringed watching me do that because I didn't really measure it. And they say baking is a science, and I'm struggling to find that true because I've never been the type to really pay that much attention to measuring, but oh well. Okay, I'm gonna actually whisk it all together so we can get it all mixed in. The one thing I hate about this, well, actually, one thing I hate that I don't have is I don't have a ton of big bowls. And so this, I should have just made half of this recipe, and if you want to look up this recipe, I found it on Pinterest like probably 5 years ago. I believe Pinterest existed at that time. And it is called like the Down East Maine pumpkin bread. And it is like my go-to pumpkin bread recipe. It's so good. It's like, it's never turned out bad, you know? So, okay. Okay, I think that's probably as blended as I'm going to get this right now. Okay, that looks pretty good. And honestly, it doesn't really actually take that too long to make. Like, look at, I've already mixed all the dry ingredients. Now, I'll get a big bowl out. And I'll do wet ingredients. So it calls for 2/3 a cup of water. That's a half. There's 2/3. Okay. I'm just going to set that right over here. Pumpkin. So I only have the massive cans of pumpkin, and so I'm just going to put half the can in. I'll have to find something else to use the rest of it for. Sometimes I'll make this around Thanksgiving so that then I can use the rest of it in like pie. Because these big cans always make 2 pumpkin pies. And, oh yeah, I'm only doing half. I gotta remember that. Okay, that looks like about half. Essentially, it calls for one of those 15-ounce cans. You can always choose to make your own pumpkin, which is a lot more work than what it's worth, I think. So that's why I don't do it. Okay, so there's your 2/3 cups of water. And this is really bad, but it's a whole cup of oil. I could have substituted like applesauce in. And I actually wondered if I could have substituted like a, oops, there we go, 1 cup. Oh, what's it called? Like, I have some Greek yogurt in my fridge right now. I wonder if I could have substituted that in, but I didn't feel like messing with the substitutions tonight. Okay, and what I always do after I do my oil, my mother taught me this, but I take this and I flip it over inside my pan. That way you can oil your pan, and now you don't have to, like, you know, get the butter out or use a spray, because I don't really like to use spray there. So I have 2 pans, and this should fill 2, and so I'll just flip it over in both of these. I'll move these to the sides real quick. Oh, my oven is preheated. Also, I bought more flour. I have so much flour in my house tonight right now. And then 4 eggs. So we'll dump these babies in. A good thing to do with eggs is to not do what I'm doing right now, and is to add them individually into a smaller bowl, and then add them one by one to the big bowl in case you get a shell, or in case, actually, one of the main reasons is in case you get a bad egg, because then you just ruined your whole recipe. Obviously, I'm living life on the wild side tonight. Oh, and I just dropped a shell in there. Oh, it's always so hard to get them out. Oh, there we go. Oh, where is it? Is that actually shell, or is it just... Oh, I got it. It's like a fishing expedition. Okay, done. 4 eggs in. And I'm gonna wipe my hand off. And then I'll mix this all together, and then I will add it, I'll add the dry ingredients to it. I really need to wear an apron more often. I like it, because I can just wipe my hands off on it. Ooh. A lot of oil. Might not be able to see it since I'm... Okay. That looks probably good. And then go like this. Very gentle so I don't get flour all over the place. I should really get a tail. I have a tablecloth, but I should really get one when I'm cooking, because then I can just, like, you know, toss it in the washer when I get stuff all over it, because I, you know, tend to do that, obviously. And with a dark table, you see every speck of dirt on it. It's gross looking. Okay, I'm gonna stir this just a quick minute. You're supposed to stir until just combined. So I'm assuming so you don't, like, overwork it, you know? Ugh, I did that to some cookies a while ago. It's bad. I can tell a difference. They tasted weird to me. But, you know, it's okay. I still ate them, let's be honest. Most of them. Okay. I debated doing this in my mixer, but I've never actually done this with a mixer before. And when I read the directions and they said stir until combined, I was like, well, maybe it doesn't want you to mix it, because it doesn't want, you know, it to be too mixed up. But I have this that I'm going to use to make sure we get everything in here. Okay. Okay, that looks about good. I will just clean that off. Oh, I'm gonna save that for a little bit longer. I'm gonna do one. Okay, good, done. Okay, now I'm gonna finish oiling the pans. So I always just get a paper towel. That oil that dripped from the measuring cup, rub that around inside. Make sure you get the corners. There's one. So the directions for this call for 3 7 by 3 inch pans. I think these are 8 by 5 or so. I always just do 2 of these, and it always turns out great. I usually have to maybe bake it for a little bit longer, but it's not really a big deal. Okay, we're gonna just start pouring it in. I'll fill it about halfway. And we'll do the other one. Oh man, I might have done this perfect. I will need to use the spatula to get the rest of this out, but okay, I'll just stick that in there. Ooh, oh, perfect. It landed right in the pan. I finally bought myself a big spatula. I don't know if I've told you guys this yet, but I had mini ones for years and never a big one, which is surprising since I do like to bake a lot. But I got this at Fred Meyer a couple weeks ago. It was like a whole $7, and I was like, ooh, I could get a cheaper one, you know, at like TJ Maxx or something. It's like, okay, no, just get yourself a spatula. Like, you have $7 you can spend on a spatula. So I did. And I've used it like 20 million times now already, so pretty happy with it. Okay, I don't want to spill too much on the table. Go like that. The bowl is basically clean. Oh, oops. Oh well. Oh yeah. And, you know, this does contain raw eggs, but I always eat the raw eggs. Okie dokie. Those look about even, I think. So I am going to Mmm. Stick them in the oven and bake them for, I'm going to put them in for 40 minutes at first, and then I'm going to check on them. But I think they will need a good 50 minutes, if not a full hour. But we shall see. Okay, I should stop eating. There goes one. And the other. Okay, I'll show you the finished product when it's done. Bye. Hi. So I just actually grabbed the pumpkin bread out of the oven, and I'll show it to you real quick. And there it is. It looks perfect. I will make sure and take a photo when I cut a piece. I gotta let it cool just for a little bit. And then I actually had it in there around 50 minutes or so. Yeah, right around 50. So I think it should be about perfect. But I'll cut a piece, take a picture when I put some butter on it. And it looks delicious and tastes so good. Okay, that's it. Bye.